These two juvenile bottlenose dolphins, Tom and Micha, were born in the Mediterranean 12 years ago. Their natural range in the wild is 1,000 kilometers. Here, it's less than 20 meters square. Captured 4 years ago, their new home is a crumbling pool in Hisaronu, the Turkish resort of Fethiye, a favoured destination for British tourists. They were brought here in the back of a fruit and veg van after a 4.5-hour journey.
On arrival, local people from the surrounding bars were actually brought in to assist the dolphins being brought out of the truck and then just literally dumped into the pool.
The Dolphin Angels, led by Londoner Nicola Chapman, has organised protests, marches and called for a boycott of the park by locals and tourists.
Lots of people that live locally have spread the word to people, visitors coming, holiday makers, not to be warned really about the dolphin park.
And that has had some success.
It's so disgusting. They're in there, they've got no fresh water coming in, it's so bad. None of us will go and see them.
But the tourists continue to go despite the concerns over the health and welfare of the animals. Born Free, the London-based charity, have completed a mercy mission this weekend to try and check on their welfare and attempt to arrange their rescue.
We've got many problems to overcome here. There's the health of the dolphins we have to assess. There's legal issues, there's ownership confirmation. We will try and jump all of those hurdles to get those dolphins back to the wild, but there's no guarantee.
After a great deal of negotiations, the expert veterinary team were allowed access to just one of the dolphins, and they now fear the worst.
I think even the medium-term prospects for these animals are very poor. The quality of the food is not good enough for an animal in captivity. I think they will only go downhill. They're starting to show signs of stress and disease, and that's only going to get worse.
Well, this is the scene. This is the emergency medical checkup for the dolphins. We know the water is dangerous, 10 times the level of chlorine, 10 times the level of bad bacteria. Consultant vet John Knight is trying to measure the state of the animals and with blood tests to see if they are fit to be rescued and prepared for release into the open sea.
We don't want to keep them in a pool in captivity, so the idea is to transfer them from these appalling conditions that they're in at the moment to a pen and then into the wild. But in order for them to do that, we need to know that they're going to be fit enough.
Initial indications are that the animals are stable but declining. Born Free and Dolphin Angels are trying to negotiate the transfer of the animals into their care, but the park owners are demanding £360,000 in compensation, a price the charities refuse to beat.
We're not being too horrible for dolphins. We look after them very well. And trainer who is working here, all staff, peoples, managers, boss, they all want the best things and look after very well the dolphins.
The owners have been told by the health authorities here that the pool is unfit for human use, but they didn't tell Reece Sheed from Erith in Kent yesterday, who today is planning to go for a health checkup.
Yeah, sure, I didn't realise that. Could put a bit of a dampener on the holiday, really. And the enclosure there is in. My swimming pool back in the hotel was probably bigger than that. Just didn't seem right.
As long as Tom and Micha remain here and at risk, the fight will continue to return them home to their natural habitat.